cases.
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hall. Freedom Hall, a 2 hours informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
The same allegation of corruption, there are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Martha Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Moda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me. You know exactly what happened to Up Capital. You have the evidence to prove what happened to Up Capital beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Despite of the many challenges in Liberia, poor education, joblessness, and common development, the question now, how Liberians we reconcile with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics.
Our response may not go down well. The Arab General who campaign against private jet, use of private jet against President William. I want to publicly apologize to President. We did not understand the constraints and the reason and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joseph Walker, and his men to try to tear our country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178 years old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John K. Oke and Princess Elisa Vante Colley from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
So they want for you to go steal from the West Coast.
Yeah. He said, I'm joining to go steal to the women to they get money to the so they will go take it from there. I said, my man, I'm only back for the same leisure.
How can the people catch you now?
The people before the man call me back. Now on the 18th, they more.
The same man now.
Yeah, the same man.
The same man who want for you to go steal.
Yeah, call me on the 18th.
Yeah.
Now in there. Around about 8:30, the man called me. He said, "Oh, my man, I'll let you be and call you back."
So that time you go to work?
I go to work.
Before your working place, you come to the man.
Yeah, from to my working area to Clarence to now go to the man.
To go steal now?
No, I don't go steal. I go to yeah.
I see man say man go steal.
How you question me? The thing you want for me to explain for you to understand, then you still questioning me, doubling the question. How many talk clear now?
Okay, let's go now. I beg it, sorry.
I see.
When I call you in there now.
When the man call me in there, he asked me, say, how many of you are working to the area? I say, we are 3.
So the message you're 3.
Yeah. So he said, I'm working you tea. Carry to
the message working you what?
Tea. Have you tea?
Oh, milk tea.
Yeah.
For you to drink
with bread.
With bread.
3 pieces of bread.
With egg inside.
With egg inside my butter. So when I carry it to the man say carry to the man. When you give it to the man, then you must come back to the car.
So they fully make you now, you carry that to go convince your friend now.
Yeah, when I give it to the man, the man say thank you. I say okay. The man say, oh, where you going now? I say, oh, I'm going right car. So one of my friends called me.
Yeah, the same man go do now.
Yeah, I say man, I'm
And they say one for you to go steal.
no, yeah. So when I go to the man, he said, clean the car. Then they are two now. In a G. Then they are two.
A big Jibo.
Yeah.
That was
Black BG, photo G. Yeah. So when I clean the car now,
air condition all inside.
no. Papa, you can't wait for me to spin now. I'll leave the whole tour now. And you can judge people.
I just asking you questions, sorry.
You can judge people like can here.
No, I'm a journalist. I beg you, sorry.
The way you talk in the question, let's say when I move from here, I'll free. Let's say when I move from here, I'll free. You said one talk again.
Exactly.
I wanted to mean who talk clear to you, but you talk in the question. Hi, land looking, then you want force and no more word again. Why not be looking to the top? I'm not going to again. And said they call me to the office of OSP.
I think you explain to me that you come together. You say you get a tea to the man. After you get a tea to the man, and you come now. So what next now?
And for me, I will not there.
Nobody, you get in there. You say asking too much question. Hey, there's splitting. Say make your egg and bread. You bring it to. Okay, sorry. That's it now. Okay, sorry.
If you
I will not ask you the question again. Okay, sorry.
when I give me answer now, then
Okay. Explain again. I ask you no more question again. Okay, let's go ahead. Go to school.
the English.
Sorry.
Say Ali, you take that. You take that.
I'm taking time. Okay, sorry. Okay.
Say I can take that to.
To explain.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Freedom Communication Incorporated brings to you Freedom Hub. Freedom Hub, a 2-hour informative forum where key issues are discussed to shift the destiny of our country positively.
They see allegation of corruption. There are multiple cases where current officials of this government are being alleged to be deeply involved with corruption. Why not subject them to the same treatment? If Master Kimia can be good enough to go to prison on allegation of corruption, I mean, Boda should be good enough to go to prison as well.
This is to me, you know exactly what happened on Capitol. You have the evidence to prove what happened on Capitol beyond all reasonable doubt. So we do not have to keep running in circles. Investigation is now a single day. The government of Liberia is an interest. It's a party in this case.
Yes, part of the many challenges in Liberia: poor education, joblessness, and underdevelopment. The question are, how will Liberians be reconciled with self-division, divisive, and destructive politics?
Let me address this current jet issue. Our response may not go down well. As Darius Taylor, who campaigned against private jet, use of private jet against President Weir. I want to publicly apologize to President Weir. We did not understand the constraints and the reason and the justification for using private jet.
What troubles me is to hear a sitting president, Joshua Waka, and his men to try to have a country apart. We are a post-conflict nation. Our peace is fragile. What we need to do is to reconcile and bring our people together, not to separate us, not to divide us, not to destroy this country anymore.
How can Liberians decide on progressiveness and think on how they can build and develop their country? How can 178-year-old country build capacity of young Liberians and create job opportunity and enable the Liberian citizens to live a better life? To answer these questions plus many more, John KOK and Princess Elesa Vantikoli from Monday to Thursday at 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. for the program Freedom Hub, for the most informative talk show that brings the real issue without fear to the Liberian people on Freedom FM 87.9.
Guess what? support you for everything the people have to say. Mr. Rescue. I just wanna ask you one question that will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want, then you still give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people they're not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes. I'm the sexy mayor, your rescue team. We're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Nigerian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Nigerian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You and your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. Question that will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue, the people say not like you. You say you are going to change things, but we're not seeing changes. Promise it you, you and your rescue. We're not seeing changes. You made it whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Nigerian people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of the Nigerian people suffering. Tell me who you rather give the rescue now. You know your rescue team. I say, oh, it's a rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the rescue? You not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, the rescue. The people say not like you.
Okay. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. What a pleasant way to welcome you to Freedom Hub on 87.9, the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. My name is Kyle. Oh, wow.
Mr. Rescue. I just wanna ask you one question. Now will you give the you not give him the people what they want. Then you say you give the rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue.
Okay, my name is Kyle Oliver Khan. I'm here today with Princess Alexa Vanja Colley and Jerome Roosevelt. Jointly, we will be here till 6 o'clock with all of the issues making the news in this country, constituting today's menu here on 87.9 on your radio. There are too many things happening in the country.
But we're not seeing changes. Promises you made, you and your rescue team.
We have a lot more to talk about on this platform. Too many things to talk about. The LACC was able to clear Emma Mintier Glasgow of the issue of corruption.
And guess what? The people come up here.
The former boss of NAFA was clear of corruption charges levied against her by the Joe Backus administration. Interestingly, we are waiting to see whether she's going to be reinstated or she's going to go home without being paid. What is going to be the situation as we continue to watch? There are too many things happening in the country. Too many things. More to that, there is a situation involving the Liberian House of Representatives where a bill seeking to scrap all of the powers from the LACC was submitted by the president, and we are told it is in committee room today. Jerome Roosevelt and I, including our own lone female gladiator, like the folks would say, will be dealing with the conversation from the office of the president. We are told the president wants to have the right to sack the LACC boss. That will be at will. The current law says the president cannot do it except the Senate agrees. But he is pushing for that authority to be given to him exclusively so that he can decide to sack the LCC boss.
You say you are going to change things.
This is
You say you are going to change.
this is exactly what we're going to be going through here on the platform. A lot more to be discussed on 87. We'll take a break when we come back with this technical issue we are encountering. We'll take a break. When we come back, we will bring you the rest of the conversation on the People's Radio. But let's take this quick break and be right back.
Things, but we're not seeing changes. Promises you made, you're asking things. We're not seeing changes. You made it whole country. Into two, EC and unity party, they can't conclude. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of it, I giving people suffering. You downsizing, you wish haunting. Now on the top of it, giving people suffering. Tell me who you rescue, the rescue now. You are your rescue team. I said, oh, the rescue. I just wanna ask you one question that we give the rescue. You're not giving the people what they want, they still give the rescue.
Stopping you and making peace for them before. I'm Liberia, from the center to interior. I said you're stopping you for all of them.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Simon.
Crime Stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Stopping you and making peace for them before. Crime Stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Keeping us safe, you're stopping crime for all of us. The people bringing safety to your door. Stopping crime and making peace for them before.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, welcome back to the program up on 87.9. Like I said, today is Monday, the second day of the month of March 2026. Alexa, good afternoon. Jerome, good afternoon. Welcome.
Should I go first?
Go ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
For many, that's what I wear oftentimes. But anyway, I would like to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you. And I would also like to say Happy New Month to all of you, our amazing followers. We're already in March, and I think it's just by the grace of God that we are here at about this moment. So we'd like to say welcome to a brand new edition of Freedom Hub. And of course, we're here on Freedom 87.9 FM. A lot is happening in Liberia. And as always, we're here again today to dive deeper into the many happenings in our country. So however way you're joining us, we'd like to say welcome.
Okay, Jerome.
I mean, my cornerstone for today. Before Prince, I got to us to go.
Which cornerstone?
The cornerstone is Prince will take her lady, you know, because the other thing she was doing, lady spread, lady first.
No.
But anyway, all over, I'm not happy. Let me just say it because of the death of a friend, a brother, and a father, Honorable Solomon George. Broke me down, but again, this is life. You accept whatever you should accept.
Oh, you and Solo used to be close.
Yeah.
So.
Very, very close. And he would just call me, Ate, so that I continue to ring in my ear. Yeah, and it hurts, but you don't have control over certain things. The way we see the eye with our eyes, Oliver, that's not how the eye looks. And that's why people will tell you the day the night turns into day, what you will see will shock you. But we accept these things and move on.
Okay. All right. Okay. You know, and we thought we would have started the conversation, you know, with some of the most trending issues, but you got it started before we started, you know. But he already said it, Alexa.
I mean,
over the weekend we
Oh, sorry. Let me say sorry because I just wanted to
No, I
Listen,
know we're gonna do it. And before we proceed, hold on. Before we proceed,
You know, I just learned how you can drive when wait, hold on. Let me just proceed small.
No,
I
no,
just
no.
learned how you can drive the bus. This shit when I sing.
yeah. So before we proceed, get in mind that we have changed the system here on the cash giveaway. So if you're playing, trust me, there are more opportunities for you. The jackpot is on, it is live. The regular is also on. So just star 255 star 1 hatch is the code, and we'll pay you money as soon as you reach the threshold. So the more you play, the better your chances are. Yeah. So during the course of the program, we'll keep coming in, back and forth with it. But Alexa, it was on Friday. Was it on Friday?
Yeah, I think so.
It started
What
from
was it?
Wednesday, but between
No,
Friday
I'm
and Thursday.
talking about the day.
Yeah, Friday.
He was pronounced there.
Friday.
It was on Friday. Yeah, it was on Friday. How did you get the news?
Whoa.
I mean, we're discussing Representative Solomon Claudia
Yeah.
George.
Yeah.
So someone actually called me, and the person called to confirm as to whether I had gotten the news from someone else. And I was like, I don't know, because honestly, I didn't know in that moment. I was not really on my phone. And I was like, let me actually check the social media, or let me reach out to someone. And then when I got active on the social media, I had to go to WhatsApp, and that's where it was confirmed. And I go back to the person with the confirmation that, yeah, this is an accurate report.
Who was the person who asked?
It's okay. You see, I was just reserved for me. Right, but Jerome, you have to advise our boss.
No, but you know what happened? You know what happened, Princess?
We're discussing papers.
I don't want for you to put that stuff, but you now see somebody say, I don't want to get people go protest for you.
No,
Yes, so that's actually how
I'm very sorry, though.
that's how it got confirmed. And it was actually a moment of reflection, because Solo was cool with almost everybody. He was a friend of mine as well, and at about that moment, I just felt some type of way. I felt sympathetic, because I also went ahead again and I saw some footage from his home, where you had a lot of people there crying, and all of those different things. So it was actually sad receiving that news, regardless of the memories of his last moments on earth. It was really sad, but I will always remember him as that person who was very free spirited, very jovial, because whenever he saw me, I don't like for people to tap my hair or to rub my head, but he was one of those people. Yeah, exactly. Whenever I saw him, or all the moments I saw him, he always rubbed my hair. So I was like, oh my God. And I was really, really sad. So I think it is really a sad thing to lose a father, a big brother, and someone who was also considered as a leader to a lot of people in District Number 7. Because imagine, he served two terms, and that was like 12 years. And again, he was going 2023, and it did not actually go his way. He was just an amazing person, regardless of what happens at the end of the day. So I would like to send my condolences out to his family members, those people who looked up to him, and those people who considered him, their father, their big brother, their mentor, and all of those different names, all of those different things he was to a lot of people out there. So I'd like to say, condolences to all of you. I'm also sad. But again, as you said, we cannot question a God. I mean, he knows exactly what happens every now and then. So it is what it is. And at the end of the day, yeah, we're here so far. So, Jerome.
Yeah,
This already started, so let's hear you.
No, sometimes I sit and wanting to understand, when something hurts, you ask yourself, what is the logic behind this life? Somebody's here tomorrow or yesterday, the person is no more, and you just wonder, what am I doing on this life? And trust me, it is now a joking thing, but when we used to, sometimes they will say, feel the body, you go over that person, you see, and that is the reason today I hardly see, a height. Like a few days, I'll just be sitting and say, Ajay, got the heart, that reflection. I will sit and just say, Ajay. I try to remember, how we used to interact. He was one person who was, he was just truthful. He didn't know how to hide something, how to put away things, how to do this. He was just transparent in everything he did on this earth. And mind you, every human being has a purpose. You live your purpose perfectly. At the end of the day, you're going to go where good people will go.
Yeah.
But yes, it is obvious that we can just take it away. They say once you don't want to die, don't be born.
Oh no.
Yeah, if you don't want to die, don't be born. It will hurt your family members. But every negative thing, Princess, they are positive. Yeah, and people who control this world, they know why. We just here, we turn it around. Yeah. I will never forget this. In 2009, we were then at West Street, and one of my friends were around December, pressing into 2010.
Yeah.
And he said, Drew, I said, yeah, he said, my man, now 22 will come again now. We just going, we don't know what we're going. And when you look back, but it's sad. It's very, very sad. And you just have to take it. But as time passes, you adjust to the reality. In everything on this earth, there is reality. And once the reality comes, you can't just get away from it.
Yeah. Oliver, we've already said our part.
Okay, so Solo, it has been very, very rocky, smooth, and you may say, but Solo is a passionate person, and I wish the family will be able to get consoled, because regardless of what Solo may have done the last minute of the time, I know Ezo. For me, I call him Ezo. I know Ezo to be somebody very. And there is not a single day I will see Solo and he doesn't call Nahi.
You see?
For some reason, I don't know why he was doing it, but there is no day I will see Solo and Solo will not call Nahi. Look at me. And there is a joke that we got. Yeah, you gotta arrest me. Carry me to the beach. Even in some beach, I'm not too sure that I can explain that joke.
It's an inside
There is a
joke.
joke between he and I that we always, crack. But he's dead and gone, so we can't say more. My only regret is the fact that he did not allow his emotions. He allowed his emotions rather, to get the better side of him when he started going against his real friends. And I'll say this to our people: let it be very new and clear. He's a political man, so nobody should say we'll not do political analysis about his passing. The guys, I just hope they're not going to be dramatic with the whole funeral process and the rest of it. Solo may have been criticizing President Ware, the CDC, but Solo's original family are the Seditians.
Oh yeah, you cannot take that away.
That's Solo family right there. So the new guys who want to play politics, they want to go to family, do all the pitija and all that yama.
Just for the cameras.
Solo is a crew man. Solo family people are crew people. Solo original political institution that the CDC. That's his party. So one advice I want to give the family is not to allow politics to interfere with what is happening. So they got real loyal friends. They're real friends who ain't gonna do pin that thing together. I see these people there.
Oh yeah, but let's some of us who propagate messages.
Yeah.
Like two of us, you will say for our name, the man get going defend and come struggle.
Good.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, you guys in the family should not allow Solo new friends to want to influence whatever the situation was. Even in his, and I will say this, I don't want to go way personal or some official conversation, but there are big people who are within the CDC, they were like, you know what? You see what Solo doing? Nobody respond to Solo.
His family.
You know, of course, when people attack President we are and that's when the last time you saw us respond to Solo on the platform. We've never done it. Because people in the cycle say, look, you don't have to respond to Solo. Leave the papi. You know, the papi is an uncle to, President we are. So, just leave it. When the papi angry, how you can do? When anger go down, everything will be cool. And that's why on this platform, all of you can listen. There was not a single day you heard Alexa or me or any other person on the radio criticizing Solo. So I want the family to keep it open. He's a big man. Good that he has some friends in the Unity Party. Last minute of the time, he has friends from the CDC. Let everybody be able to go and sympathize. Now, to see these CDC people, the seditions, the ordinary seditions in District 7, and I know most of you are, okay, you know what? We made a lawmaker 2 different times, and that's because our party, we understand. He's gone. Forget all of that. He's your lawmaker. He's your former lawmaker. I mean, he's a statesman. It's time for bereavement. Let's pray for the family. Let's hope that the family will have somebody who will be able to step in the shoes of Ezo, to provide what he used to provide for them. And that is the most important thing about, the moment. But we will miss Solo. Solo was very frank with him.
Yeah.
I remember one day when he challenged Mary Bro. Yeah. You remember that? Yeah. He challenged Mary Bro. He said, I bet you.
and all about you say it right.
Oh, yeah.
When let me just make it simple. You and your friend are speaking. Now because you're not speaking, your friend man, that's what you say you're not going to speak.
Oh, yeah.
At the time you can settle.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
All of the other issues.
Yeah. So if you can settle your fault, if you can find a remedy during this kind of time, you are heartless, you are brutal, and we don't want you to go that way. So have a free heart. We all can make whatsoever it is, but for me, I just don't want us to, drive in that way. But yes, that's life.
Okay, so that's it. The other topic is the one that happened in Nimba County. Yeah. Did you follow, Jerry Roosevelt?
I lost.
You lost in it, Alexa. You bring us up to speed. So somebody raped chicken in Nimba County.
And interesting, you cannot say rape, but as reported, I guess we're going to use the word rape because when a person is having sexual relations with animals, you don't call it rape.
How do you call it?
Bestiality.
Okay. I speak of Timothy daughter. Yeah.
But, oh my God, what's happening? What?
So when human being rape chicken, they can call it
rape.
Let me ask you now, the chicken how many years old?
No, we don't know. So they got spot name I kind of name. So they got rape, and as I said, I shouldn't say rape. No. Okay, hold on. How do we say it? You got the chicken agree. Let me be honest.
Penetration.
That's rape. The chicken did not agree. The chicken did not give. The chicken did not give consent, Alexa.
Princess.
The chicken didn't agree. The chicken. Then you see chicken agree.
What?
They can't agree.
No, so that was a different case.
It is in fact
they were talking
an
in the
abomination for a person to have sexual relations with animals. I'm sorry, but I did a post actually.
So according to the report,
let me see if I can get the report.
The guy is 26 years.
26 year old.
26 years. Two chicken. Two chicken.
Huh?
Yeah, all the two chicken that.
What is it frustrated or what?
No, I mean that Nima comes in. Sorry.
All I can say, he has to cook those two chickens and eat them.
No,
because you cannot take him to jail for.
Except
what?
FDA.
FDA.
Yeah.
No, but chicken are in the forest.
Yeah, but as well the control.
FDA doesn't.
So what chicken for now?
Okay, eat chicken now.
No, where chicken for?
Maybe.
But that maybe where chicken for?
No, I come in. So maybe LMHRA or the Ministry of Health.
No, the Ministry of Health is there for disease policy.
Yeah, so
I want not disease thing, man.
So what are you saying?
Wait. The first one that was reported, it was
you want a government
sexual relations.
You want a government entity that will advocate for the chicken? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm saying there is an institution already existing. FDA for animals. Control the forest and I come in
The chicken are in the forest. The chicken are domestic animal.
I come in other animals, they are not domestic animals.
No, they are protected
They're
species in the
protected
I mean,
species.
they honor the wildlife.
Yeah.
So you carry the chicken to police?
No, you cannot. You cannot.
We're just looking for
You
the safety.
cannot. You
I
cannot.
come in. We're looking for the safety.
The safety of who?
For the chicken.
The two chickens are dead. You know why everybody laughing on the live
Yes,
stream?
stop it here. See that guy?
The two chickens are died. I mean, the two chickens died on the spot, according to the information. Two different chickens.
That mean I think he did it on purpose.
So that's the thing, right?
Nimana.
So why you mean?
You keep saying from me, but
And
I think
It happened in Nimana.
So you know something else happened. I think it was
Nima is the Nigeria of Nigeria.
all about why plenty of things happening with in this.
Was it in the same Nima Kande or Bonkande? The goat issue?
So this is not the first
The other man raped the goat. Was it in Bonkande?
I got to check my page again because I
Let's go check. We already know where they got come from.
The goat issue.
Yeah, the
goat issue from Nima is
Yeah.
why did Nima people raping animals?
So now the question is the fact that
Hmm.
animals are not safe,
Animals.
are not protected. So what exactly would you say about young girls,
So-
little boys?
No, but listen,
You know?
listen. The last time a 13-year-old girl, was reportedly raped by somebody in government at the Ministry of Youth and Sports.
Yeah.
The last time another 13-year-old girl, 13 or 14,
Yeah.
by a consultant from the Ministry of Agriculture.
Yeah.
Then
last week,
16-year-old boy.
a 15-year-old boy
Peter
sodomized
yeah.
by Peter Jala, reportedly, allegedly, from NSA. So the young boys and girls are
a police officer in Basel
Thank you.
also
Yes. Great.
sodomized
Yeah.
another boy.
Thank you.
Yes. It was like reported as
So
well.
the police raping, the agriculture ministry people raping, the NSA people raping, the Ministry of Youth and Sport people alleged raping, all of them alleged raping. But all of the alleged perpetrators are government people. Then you turn around now, Nima Kande say, we'll rape the goat, we'll rape the chicken. And that's how they can say when you rape animals.
It's an out of bestiality.
Bestiality. Look out at the tumors.
No.
No. Hey,
Bestiality.
Hey, God, that the team was arguing.
Why?
I want
you want contest?
no, I don't want to contest the English, but I want you to explain further. Give us more.
Okay, I'll go there just with.
You won't call that. No, I won't call that the Boba Chimos.
Let me.
You can say bestiality.
Bestiality.
All we know, the man raped the chicken. When you Boba Chimos meet, you all be talking all that English the way you guys are. But why always Nima?
So you see,
it might have been an animal song.
that's too funny and zero.
Okay.
So you see,
Yeah. That's bestiality.
sexual relations between a human being
An
and
animal.
an animal. So I'm being right. Okay.
Bestiality.
Confirm.
Yeah, confirm.
Don't joke with me. Oh.
Pagu?
Bestiality.
From today, female buffer.
Okay. No, but I mean, this is
So on a serious note,
we got other critical issues to talk about, right? But I mean, ripping chicken.
for me, I think and by the way, I would just like to put this out there. March 12, 2026, Tatos Faka, along with hundreds of young people, are going to march peacefully
Okay.
to, petition whoever that will be there, because now the Speaker of the House of Representatives also has some things on him.
Oh yeah.
And,
The woman said the speaker call is a
yeah, and we saw
and the speaker of course
the Speaker Ru.
And
I got a video. I can play a video. The speaker of course
the man had another in her for another woman.
So on a more serious note, right? The trend is really an abomination about this point in time, because from one government ministry to another, you have something like this ongoing. So I think Tatos Fagala, along with hundreds, and I'm going to be a part of that as well, we'll do an official endorsement video. So if you're out there and you're listening to us, you have your son, you have your daughter, because first they came for little girls and young women. And now they've come for everyone, for animals. I mean, chickens, goats, maybe sheep. You never tell what's going to happen. Even cats. They've come for old ladies who are in their 50s.
But what kind of
70s,
nonsense is that?
and it is not really okay.
Yeah, Nimba.
You know, just the other day, a 67-year-old woman again was reportedly raped by, I think, a 24-year-old man in Nimba again.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm not mistaken, I have that report, Nimba County.
Yep.
And there was a whole video where her face was not being shown.
Christopher Sapo,
So-
please check your phone here, Chris.
So this rape thing is very serious.
Mhm.
You have an allegation against
But why would the guy go
the
rape
Speaker of
chicken?
the House of Representatives,
Chicken.
Richard Cohen, and you have a lot of different allegations across the country. So I think it is really important for people to stand up, and the Ministry of Gender that should be
Yeah, you're coming to
working-
put that for rating on the 12th?
March 12th.
Nah,
March 12th.
that's
And
okay.
we have continuously called on the Minister of Gender. For me, I don't know if she's visible or invisible because I don't see her being involved 100%. I don't know if they're being involved behind the scenes or not, but we don't see them. So March 12th, come out.
Who they going to send a petition to the
And the
speaker?
question Daniel, because the way I want to speak to you all the hula baru.
Every president is referee.
It is really funny. So if you can have people brave enough to project their sexual fantasies on animals that cannot say, "Hey, stop it! Don't touch me! Don't touch me!" Because you can't understand chicken and all. I know that chicken was crying on the labor. He's now a boy. That man,
Boy.
that man, but he didn't care because you can't understand the chicken language. You know what I mean? And even the goat as well. So if even our little animals that our domestic animals that we're supposed to raise and keep cooking
Have you?
if they cannot be protected, imagine your child. So no one is safe in this country. Everyone is unprotected in this country. And whatever that's happening, I think we need to get out. This is not about politics. If the president cannot, integrate a roadmap as George Weah did, because there was a whole roadmap, and there were activists and Africans who actually attended that meeting, by the way, and they had a whole different budget for it. So if that cannot be integrated now, I think everyone needs to come out because no one is safe. Your chicken not safe, your goat not safe, your dog not safe. Nothing happening. Plenty screen thing. And these things should not be happening. Actually, all I can say for now.
Okay, all right. So, Jeremy, anything else before we go to the main topic?
Yeah, I don't know if I can actually, Princess, I said it all. No, but you already have something in place.
Yeah.
People don't look at, why they should do this. And sometimes people will do something, Princess. At the end of the day, they regret their action. But the society is rocked. Yeah, the society is rocked. But again, I don't know. Like Oliver continuing to say, maybe it is the environment.
Yeah, could be.
You don't know what somebody depends on to do certain things. There are other people you get it. You know the example for not killing a human being in our society. They say, oh, somebody can lie on Princess, say Princess, you can get chicken. You're not able to get chicken.
Yeah, now.
Huh? Because chicken is the least thing. That when you hold yourself for you to do bad thing to it, you can feel something that will. So for somebody to say, oh, not even one, to say, oh, I did a thing to the other person, the other chicken finish that. I will come and tell the other one here and do it. Come on, you sometimes when things happen, for you to just accept it, to stomach it. Come on, you can't just get it, especially these things that are happening at this particular time.
Okay, I don't remember that thing happening under Ellen. You're sorry, but I have.
No, of course.
Under Ellen Johnson said, "I've never heard any day where they say somebody go rape chicken or the man rape goat." Like it's happening in Nimba. Under the Weah's administration, I don't remember somebody raping chicken and goat.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Joe Baga government people can rape chicken and goat. I'm just telling you what I did not see on the two different administrations. Oh yeah.
Because you didn't say.
No, I didn't say anything. I wouldn't say it. I didn't see anybody ripping chicken. You know.
When we had Ellen our president.
Well, Ellen our president. I didn't see anybody ripping goat for it to be in the news. Maybe it happened, but it didn't come out in the news. For it to reach in the news, when something reaches the news, when something is at the level where it can make the headline, it is a difficult one. It means it now pass mass.
Yeah,
past certain level. Yeah. So I didn't see people ripping chicken and goat on the Ellen. I didn't see people ripping chicken and goat on the Joe Wea. I'm not saying people ripping goat and chicken on the Joe Baga, but the report from Nima said 2 chicken die, in possession of the 26-year-old boy, and the other baby were ripping the goat, and the goat died. And it's the sad thing, all the animals can die in the process.
And that's what I'm saying. And that's what I'm saying. You don't know what the depend.
Why is Alexa laughing so much again?
She has some clue. She has some clue. You have something for
the goat died, the chickens died. It all happening in Nimba, the Nigeria of Liberia. That's all I can say. Okay.
We don't want to speculate.
Otherwise, views are his views.
And then the other
but this is, I mean, in all fairness, that's animal cruelty.
Yeah. No, it is.
That's animal cruelty. I mean, it is wrong, and I don't know how they would judge the case, because somebody was joking about it, but the chicken did not lodge complaint.
Yeah, Kwame was joking with me that this morning as well.
The chicken did not lodge complaint.
The chicken doesn't need to, because
it's in Ghana.
Okay, so in case you even.
But why is the government holding the man? Okay, why is the government holding the man?
You want to rape somebody's daughter, or you rape somebody's chicken.
The chicken has somebody's daughter.
I come in, somebody somebody own that chicken. Somebody owns it.
Why is the chicken for the man? Why ever chicken for the
So you all about KK son and no, I just saying something. I'm asking you.
You're not never born a chicken, right?
Maybe it was something for a spiritual
purpose.
They didn't have any Nimba now.
Why are you emphasizing on the Nimba business?
Because we know.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. But look, my take is, I don't know what. So what the police are calling the man for?
No, so the latest video I saw, they were actually. In fact, wait. Let me see. I don't know if we can play that here.
Oh, we're not playing. Well, what were they holding him for?
The police.
However,
the man who pay for it.
That is an act of abomination.
Okay, in the society.
Of course. And of course, it happens in Nimba. There were people who were very shocked. Like, what's up with this guy? Why did you do this to
the chicken? And immediately say, I'm a chicken, so I get the right to do anything I want to do.
So you see?
Wow. And I mean, the 2 chicken lying down dead. Yeah, so, but I mean, I wish they would send it.
Now I'm even scared because I'm not going to lie to you. I'm even scared to buy chicken now.
No, when you want buy chicken, when the chicken living? No, but the chicken can die, so you'll not be able to.
No,
so anytime you buy chicken, check it.
I'm not buying chicken.
You grow your own chicken. But that's how terrible the country is, and so forth. But away from it, the whole chicken teaser just made the whole conversation talking away.
But we have to move on, Oliver.
So
there are plenty of
So yesterday, Emma Meche Glasgow, and this is very important. The LACC was able to declare Emma Meche Glasgow off. I think one of you got the story. It was published in the Liberian Investigator, publication for today.
Do we have the hard copy here?
President Bwaka removed Madam Glasgow from NAFA on allegation of being corrupt.
Mm-hmm.
You suspended her. While under suspension, she appointed a guy, what do you call his name? Sarah Semwe, as the acting DG. Sarah is acting. Emma is under investigation. Waka appoints Cyrus
Again, properly.
Yeah.
Right? And that was after Emma's resignation because she resigned.
Mhm.
She resigned. But the point is, you suspended this woman for how you call this thing for corruption. Now that the LECC already cleared her of all of the corrupt charges, the 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months prior to her resignation, because she spent up to 9 months. I may be wrong on the duration, but it took a couple of months between her suspension to her resignation. The period in between, now that she is clear about the LECC of having no connection with any wrongdoing, will the government of Liberia pay her for the time being? You know, if so, what is going to be the situation? But before we reach to that level, I think this is a slap in the face of the current administration. That's how I see it. The president was very, very fast in suspending Emma because of political reasons. One, you felt Emma is a daughter of President Ware. Emma is from the CDC, and so Emma will eventually, you know, how you call this thing,
Or loyalty will
be with the CDC, and so they needed Emma to leave the place. In fact, everybody want to go to NAFA. So without finding something substantive on her, they went ahead and suspended her. What is going to be Emma's fate? Are they going to pay her for the time being? What can we say to Emma? What do we advise Emma to do? You know, because for me, if I am in Emma's shoes with this whole thing about LECC clearing me, I'm running to the court. I'm running to the court. I'm going to sue the government of Liberia for politically injuring my character. Although LECC say she's not connected to any corrupt, you know, practice at the level of the entity when she was there, but there is some reputational damage that has already been done to her, how you call this thing, character, and there is a need that the government pays some money. People should not be doing political. People should not allow politics to make them spoil other people's name, you know, unnecessarily. Emma was doing work here. And in 12 years, nobody knew what they called NAFA. Nobody knew what they called NAFA. Although I used to drive past people that we see what that smaller place inside there. Who do you know who was the head of NAFA or not, Ellie? Elisa?
I mean, I can't remember if we had such.
And in fact, I think it was under the Ministry of Agriculture at one point in time.
Good.
Yeah.
So nobody knew what they called NAFA because they knew that Emma did a lot of good job with NAFA under the Weir administration. Money was coming to NAFA, World Bank pumping money there. Boom, everybody said the one NAFA. Everybody said the one NAFA. At the end of the day, politically, you injure the woman character. If I were to pick up the telephone now and talk to Emma, I'll tell Emma to run to court and sue the government. Because you lie on her. You deprive the woman of having other international jobs.
Yeah.
You know, when you knew you got nothing substantive on her, you took her from her tenured position.
And you say you believe in law and order.
Thank you.
Imagine.
You took her from her tenured position, and that's what somebody said. Maybe Emma was so frustrated, that's why she thought to resign. But in my mind, if she had remained suspended until LECC is done with all of these investigative findings and say, oh, you are clear, by this time the government found billions and billions of Liberian dollars to go and pay her because the action was political. It was counterproductive to any democratic, space. But I mean, that's what we have, my brother.
I just want to say something short before Princess. First of all, in a political atmosphere, for some of us, until you do your investigation, Oliver, we don't really know what happened behind the scenes. Sometimes political issues are deep, but you are 100% right. When we have a society where someone is able to take action, not even against the government because you perhaps may not be served justice, but the institution that accuse you, you can sue that institution based on like the LECC. Now, come to think of it, on the main issue that she was suspended over
Mhm.
is the construction of the NAFA new office.
And
Yeah.
the World Bank fund.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you say your country is not developed. Your country is not developed. Someone comes in and say, okay, let us have a headquarter. The person is trying her best. And you guys say, oh, that's what you do. We can't understand anything. Before the president suspends somebody, the president or the office of the president should be having some information, factual information, before you suspend somebody. But we're in a situation or in a country where if I'm not for CPC or if I'm not for Unity Party, even though I'm qualified, even though I'm showing the sense of patriotism, I will not be having the chance to work. And that's where the problem is coming from all over. Once you, like you said, the president took action. Everyone wants to go to NAFA because they believe that's where the money is. So somebody comes and say, hey, they click in the president office and say, we now want Oliver. You know, Oliver will do this, Oliver will do that, Oliver. And we are dealing with somebody who is beyond the age. And some of these things happen because the president is not in control. But like I said, Princess has something. I don't want to go too deep into it. Let's give Princess the opportunity to go ahead.
So Emma Glasgow, I remember, I think this is 2026, right?
Mhm.
So was it 2025 when the whole drama happened, or
I think it was
The end of
2024?
2024.
yeah, the end of 2024.
So that was like a whole drama because you had people on the social media who consider themselves activists, who consider themselves moral voices in the country. A lot of them had a lot to say about Emma's character. And we were very clear on this platform. I may not clearly state what some of the things were said in plain words, but we were very clear about being fair in the judgment and investigation, because when a person is accused of corruption, you don't just go ahead and just brand that person as a criminal. So one of the things we talked about was give her the benefit of the doubts because she has been there. And Oliver was talking about whether NAFA had some level of branding before Emma took over. I don't remember that, but then I remember knowing NAFA as NAFA when Emma Glasgow was there. So she had branded that agency of government as one of the best, especially in that sector, and she made it very, very, marketable that even people we did not know had some level of studies in fisheries, aquaculture, or conservation. Everybody wanted to actually go there. Why she was there with all the drama and all that. So moving forward, it became a serious trend. There were people saying, oh, she's corrupt and she stole money. They were all talking about some of the cars she was driving and all that. It was like a whole thing on the social media, everywhere. And we're still clear because even as Joseph Boakai, Liberia's president, prior to that, you already had other cases where people who were holding tenured positions, they were being taken off their jobs and stuff like that. So some people thought it was a witch hunt again because she's from the CDC, and some of them thought that she holds loyalty to George Weah and the CDC as a political party. They didn't care about her reputation. They didn't care about her records at NAFA, and just her connections with international partners and people who had huge interest in that sector. Fast forward to today. The same thing we were talking about. She was pressured again and she resigned. And here we are. She has been cleared. So I will also borrow from Oliver that I think she should go back to the court because her reputation.
Sue these people.
Yes. I don't want to say it was ruined, but of course, this case at that time had the propensity.
It disrupted her professional journey.
To have ruined her entire reputation, because I remember at a point in time again it went to ECOWAS court, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was like a whole big thing.
Sue the people.
So all you can do, Mama, go back to the court.
Sue the government.
I don't know if it is defamation. I don't know if it is, I don't know whatever it is going to be. Character assassination.
Yeah.
I don't know whatever it is going to be, but go back to the court. And I know your need to pay her money. The other one, I'm taking the
No,
you know?
every money needs to be paid by the government.
Yeah.
Beyond that, they should pay for damage caused to this woman.
Yeah.
No.
Do you know what it means? In fact, just the emotional damages caused. That was like a whole lot, because I know this lady has some of her connections, disrupted because people are like, no, you're being accused of corruption, and people are not saying maybe you did it, you did not do it, but in fact they were clear that she did it even without any investigation.
Posting her pictures on social media, on the executive mansion website,
exactly,
all those things.
And the thing about our country, we have a huge portion that's really gullible. So as soon as your picture is posted and then you have people running with one narrative, it goes across the board. So that became a serious problem for her as an individual. And now here we are. You guys are saying, hey, LACC has cleared her, of all these different allegations and all that. Emma Glasgow, go back to the court. Okay? Go back to the court. Take these people back to the court, and your money should be paid. In fact, all of my money, you spend money. Don't get my money, you're paying the money for spoiling money again intentionally. Okay. So I think she has to go back to the court.
Good. Now, here is the end of this Emma thing. Like you guys said, it's very simple. A young professional woman was doing her job. A vindictive regime came to power, refused to live by the laws, went after her personal professional career with no substantive evidence to align with whatever kangaroo allegation they were levying against her. In the end, the very LACC cleared a woman of wrongdoing. They got to pay. Pay her original legal entitlement at NAFA for the time she was suspended for. And even on our laws, Alexa, if her lawyers are strong, they could argue that her resignation in this situation
was pressured.
Thank you. Was done under pressure.
Yeah.
And maybe they own expired tenure. The government can pay for it. And after paying for all of those issues, then they can pay for the character issue.
Yeah, the damage
done to a character for lying on her.
So they can say the government is facing 7 charges.
Yeah.
Or 4 charges.
Whatever the case is.
Yeah.
In fact, even the judge can rule for the Republic to write a letter of apology and publish it in the newspapers. Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
the Republic can do that.
Character assassination. Yeah. So you go back, you come and write an apology.
Yeah. Yes. The Republic is going to write an apology, apologize to her, because look, and that's why. But like Rona, by the time they carry the court and the court say you're not guilty again, what people can say, they will leave here.
Yeah.
But we should stop leaving things in the country. Yeah, we should stop leaving things, especially when you got wicked government that kind of power. They're running after everybody, for vindictive purposes. That's what you have. But we're going to transition to
go back at the same LACC thing with the president.
To the LACC situation.
Yeah.
And there's the most important conversation. Jerome, you read through the proposal. So among other things in this law, in this particular amendment being submitted by the president to the legislature, President Baka is asking for the lawmaker then to gain power to be able to wake up one day and look at the head of LACC and sack the person. Before we go further in the conversation, LACC is the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission. Their job is people that who can steal the government money, catch them, carry them to court, take the money from them, pay them, and do whatsoever if they get evidence. Now, the person who's going to be the head of that entity, that person is supposed to work without pressure from the president. That person is going to be working independently. The president is going to be scared of the president too bad like that. Because the job is a job of integrity. Under President George Weah administration, the LACC law was modified. That one took Martin from the LACC here and Kanu Barbara, or make it the left. The 2 men left the LACC. And somebody said, maybe the reason why they left the LACC is the reason why the men are supporting the different political party today. Whatever the case is, that's another political conversation.
Yeah, for another day.
But the LACC that President Weah inherited from Ellie Johnson Sirleaf, that he inherited from President Sirleaf, was a financial institution, underground institution rather, that they didn't have the power to prosecute. LCC couldn't look at General Roosevelt and say, General Roosevelt, you stole government car, we carry you straight to court to go prosecute you. No. LCC will have to say, oh, we know that General Roosevelt stole cow, so let the evidence out. And they will take the evidence, maybe they send it to the lawmaker and send it somewhere else. But it never had the right to go and put handcuff on General Roosevelt and handcuff him. The LCC that were under President Sirleaf, it didn't have that authority. During the Weah administration, John Weah said, no, if people want to sort of fuck corruption, we must give them all the power
to prosecute.
You know, we should give them the power to prosecute. They should be able to go and say that Mr. Joe Blow stole government money and we carry him to court. They should have that power. It was President Weah who gave LCC the prosecutorial, authority to go to court, to grab the man by hand, put him on hand and carry him to court. And I'll give you instances. Under the Weah administration, the LCC suspected that Habib Macaulay, the NTA, was involved with corruption. They put him on Macaulay and carry him to the LCC. LCC cuffed him and carry him there. The guys from the National Housing Authority and other places, LCC put him on them. That's the power LCC had on the President Weah administration. The government gave LCC additional power. When Speaker Chima was the speaker and the legislature, they gave LCC all of the power. Now, that was not the only thing. President Weah also changed how LCC commissioners can be appointed. The law that President Weah changed, the law said they will put a whole committee together. And that committee will be responsible to evaluate the credential, or better still, do interview for all the people who will be commissioner to the LCC. So, assuming the president nominates somebody, the president nominates plenty of people to go to the LCC. Those guys will have to go to the committee. On that committee, the United Nations got represented there. The Prayer Lagos got represented there. The Bar Association got represented there. The Interreligious Council, all of the different, the civil society organizations, the CSO, they got represented there. So the reason why the president, we haven't changed the law like that is because they don't want for the president to have the exclusive right to have all of the power to select who become the head of the LCC. Because when the president can walk and say, Alessa, I'm a B, maybe Alessa, I'm a friend. Way back was saying now, freedom hub. I tell the president, I go say, Alessa, you go be the LCC. Yeah, Austin can go steal all the country money. You want Jay Austin and say, Alessa, you know, Austin always will be swallowing in the office, the Austin. And you know, Jerome? So it is on the basis of that, but we said no. If it is left with the president alone to determine who becomes LCC boss, the deputy boss, the other small bosses, then mean we're not for corruption in the country. So our job, we have to change the law that even me, if I say I want to appoint somebody who will become the next LCC boss, that decision will not come from me. It will come from the Liberian people through a committee that will be setting up. That how they amended the LCC law. When they amended the LCC law, it now provided a direct way how the man can become LCC boss, how the other woman can become the deputy, and so forth. Then the same law, President, we have changed. The law says when the head of LCC is involved with some kind of wrong thing, or one of the commissioners get involved with some kind of bad thing, to remove that person, the president can just jump up from a mansion one day and say, look, Commissioner Alexa, you did this, you did that, you are hereby dismissed or suspended. The law, president, before President Weah will come, how the president will do it. The president will go and suspend you. That the law President Weah inherited. But when you are there, he said, no, the law not good. Even though our president, I won't enjoy the kind of law, but if we run LCC like this, we could get one corrupt president in the future who will just wake up one day and say, you, LCC man, sack you. Maybe because the man investigating one of your girlfriend. Maybe the man investigating a wife or investigating one of your minister who and your childhood friends. So President Weah said no. The president of Liberia should not have that exclusive right to remove anybody from the LACC panel. The president should not get all that power. Before the president say you want Muslim Ali, the expression must be made that, oh, Elisa, you are dead. Then that commissioner will be subjected to the Liberian Senate. So whatever complaint the president get against all, the Ministry of State will ready, and whatever the case is, anyway they want to do it, they will bring the complaint against the commissioner and submit it to the Senate. The Senate will vote. The Senate will vote based on allegation brought forth against a commissioner. The Senate will vote and say, based on the complaint, what they say, Elisa can carry the government car to Calabar in there, be smoking inside, and we doing this. And you know, Jeru, based on the water report, what they say, Elisa stole the money, right? So use a biofuel for LCC generator. She did this based on the report and her own responses. Not satisfactorily answering the question. Asking Johnson William from Maryland County, I vote yes for all to be dismissed.
Why can't use the first example?
Asking Bioga from Grand Bassa County, I vote no. And, you know, so the senators will vote and decide. The senators will reach a decision. When majority of them say, okay, you know what, let's say what you did, but sorry, you gotta go. Then she will go there. We notify the president that the commissioner has been removed. So they will remove the commissioner. Then a new cycle of nominating new people and accepting application or expression of interest from new people will start now. And those new people will not just be appointed by the president. They will have to go back to the committee that's going to evaluate them. The committee comprising of the Council of Churches, the Indian Religious Council, all of these sources are the actors. That happens and we are them face the law. No. All the day, when the president Waka submit the amendment something. 2 weeks ago, he submitted the amendment proposal. President Waka is saying, the thing what Joe we are saying, we must not get right as president to get work and sack those who say for corruption. It must be from the Senate. The Senate them will agree on any bad thing what the president do before the president will be removed. They say with the Chief Justice. The president can appoint the Chief Justice, or the president can sack the Chief Justice like that. To sack the Chief Justice, you gotta impeach him. This
as a president, you will make recommendations to
yes. And the Senate will have to try the Chief Justice. They will have to try him. You have to get it done to answer to allegation.
They will set up court.
If the Senate, they call that the quasi-judicial function of the legislature. So if the Senate found the Chief Justice guilty or the Associate Justice guilty, based on the allegation brought forth against you, you know, this Senate took a decision. 24 senators say yes, and the other people say no. So you are going to no longer Associate Justice. That's how the LCC. That happens when we are facing. That he amended it. What Omer Joe Barker submitted 2 weeks ago, my Liberian people, Omer Joe Barker said the thing what President we are saying that the president when I get it ready to President we are saying president when I get it ready, just sack the commissioner. President Barker said no, he won't change it. He wants to have the authority to wake up one morning and look at the LCC for long and say you don't want to investigate how I build the $10 million project in Lufa. Go home. You understand that? No, I mean that's the conversation.
Yeah, go home.
You understand that? President, we are saying the president of Liberia, whether me, whether Arizona Cummings, whether Joe Barker, whether Ellen Johnson Campbell, the president of the country must not and should not be able to dismiss LCC boss at will. It should go through layers of proceedings. The hard president, we have left the law. President Barker said, no. Lawmaker, I beg you. You change that law, what president we have faced. I won't get the right to sack LCC boss at any time and appoint new person. You understand that? That's the core, amongst other issues submitted to the legislature, one of the core issues there. So I won't wake up one morning and say the LCC women are telling me say talking the last time say we did not do PBCC thing with the yellow machines on it, and they want to investigate. No more gotta go. And you know,
With the other lady.
yeah.
Glasgow.
The LCD people there, they asking 2 more questions. Why they asking why about two vehicles that cost 1.2 million? In my interest, you are hereby dismissed. President Baka is asking for the authority to be given to him to decide when the LCD boss can go, and no other panel should be set up to work on that. And that is what is before us, Alexa and Jerome. That is the whole crux of the matter. I know Jerome got other observation from there, but that is the main cause of the matter.
I don't know if Princess has something to.
Before Princess come up,
Yeah, go ahead.
before Princess come up,
I'm reading through the report from the Liberian investigator, and continue.
the lawmakers.
And I would appreciate if Princess were to read that, because from there, this is a secret, Oliver. It is not just about the LACC. This is desperate for our society. Do you know that the old folks who damaged our country yesterday, and the only thing we grew up with was the sound of the guns, and there where Waka is heading, it's not just about the LACC. Now, in that particular amendment, they are telling you, Oliver, if Oliver and Liberian people, you have this, if this is something that you can come out of your room, of your houses, do it, because this is serious. It's not about which party you come from. The president of the Republic of Liberia, Joseph Boakai, has a sinister plan. Now, if Oliver was the president of the Republic of Liberia, during Oliver time, now the legislature can decide. So there is a blockade that Boakai can just get up and sack Oliver and say we carry Oliver to court as a former president. And then when the LACC sack Oliver for corruption, there is a clause in there that says Oliver will never become president of this country. So when they gave that, imagine they get that authority, for example, they would go into the case with the Claude Weah Foundation. They would drag President Weah in that particular case. And when President Boakai has that authority from the LACC to say, oh, yeah, this man is corrupt, President Weah will never contest again. And then where Jefferson Koji and other, they come in and say, this is sinister, this is criminal, this is a point to drag other opposition political actors. And that is why I say, let Princess read the investigator so the people of this country, this is a political trap, and this is very, 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 very serious. Boakai has lived his life. They fight with the guns. We are not using the guns anymore. We are using, like I often say, the modern day trumpet, our voices. And we don't want you to sit there for Boakai to say, Benino Yue cannot run, Alexander Kumes cannot run, President Weah cannot run, based on this authority. And that is why Musa Bereke is saying, Oliver, you take that thing back because the president perhaps he didn't read it. This is not about LACC getting power. And yesterday, these are the same people who are saying President Weah want to go for third term. And Princess? Or the man want to change the constitution, even though President Weah was saying, let all of us go for referendum. Yeah. They were saying, oh, the man is doing this for him to go for third term. All of these things are good for you to see the kind of people, but nobody in this country will stop any Liberian. So you can just sit in the executive mansion, the place you people damaged for 12 years, you're unable to build it. It took a George Weah to build the executive mansion. Today, Boakai comes and is sitting there comfortably. Yes, he was voted. But let him leave these things that are not called for at this time. And let us address the job creation for our country. Princess.
So it was taken to the committee room. So they have, and this is where I want Alexa to focus on.
Committee raises red flag.
Good. On the committee raises red flag.
Okay.
So she will read it, and we'll have. I mean, I understand the part that has to do with president not coming back, but she will read it, and we'll get to understand it. But the key issue is, to strip.
I just want the public to know that.
Go ahead, Alexa.
Yeah.
Okay, so it says In its report to the plenary, the Joint Committee warned the proposed amendments that the criminal procedure law could alter key legal standards governing criminal prosecution. Specifically, the committee noted that the charges could affect the burden of proof and modify existing statutes of limitations,
Good.
potentially placing the reversions at odds with constitutional protections. Wow.
Good. So in this part of it, what President Baga is seeking to do at this level is, okay, right now, the law in our country say, if I say Austin is an armed robber, I should be able to prove that Austin is an armed robber.
Yeah.
I who leveling the allegation against Austin should be able to prove
Beyond all reason, you already have
that Austin is
pieces
an
of
armed robber.
evidence, in fact.
What President Baga is trying to do is to submit, what he submitted is to change that.
Yeah.
So if I say Austin an armed robber, I don't have to prove it.
You already say it's
That
an
they go into
evidence.
the Clark Foundation
Thank
today.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the law, because they know that with the current existing law of our country, you cannot prosecute, Clark Whole Foundation and ask her to bring evidence.
You cannot accuse her.
You cannot accuse her,
Mhm.
and in your endeavor to want to prosecute her, to ask her to provide evidence against her. They know that the current law is against it.
Yeah.
So they're smartly trying to go and say, look, you know why? Okay, we'll change the law so that the burden of proof can shift, and when the burden of proof, shift to any other person, whether we the accuser or the accused, then we can go back now. We see President, we are driving on the road one day and say, "Hey, car, we are told that somebody did this and so forth." That is the angle where we are coaching other people came from.
Yeah.
So let's read that.
Specifically, the committee noted that the changes could affect the burden of proof and notify existing statutes of limitations, potentially placing the reversions at odds with constitutional. I just thought to
With
read that
constitutional
over.
protection. Now, under the Constitution, the President of the Republic of Liberia, the President Baga, there are things that President Baga is doing today.
And after he is done with the presidency,
When he's done with the
he is
presidency,
protected.
you cannot prosecute him for decisions that he took while serving as president.
Yeah.
What Owner Joe Baga is trying to do right now is to go, and the first thing is to change the burden of proof,
They want to reverse the whole.
reverse it, so that if I say you steal, I don't have to prove it. I just gotta say you steal, we arrest you. They'll carry you there and say you steal. Go bring all the food to your home. Let's check it. What I want good. What missing? What you're not part of your good. You know,
It's like a jungle justice.
thank you.
Yes.
So what Koji and other people are suspicious about is this portion of it. If the lawmakers agree,
Mm.
and the burden of proof and all of the protection thing, come about, the current government can wake up one morning because the president of Liberia now, the former president of Liberia, will no longer have
That protection.
protection.
Yeah.
What we would need our legal people to interpret is as to whether when this law is passed, it's going to be retroactive.
Mhm.
I want us to get it clear, because in the very Constitution, our current law, whether the criminal procedure law or whatever the case is, ain't support any retroactive stuff.
Okay.
For example, on Sunday, there is no law that say people can wear red t-shirt on Sunday.
Mhm.
In Liberia, there is no law that says that, right?
Where anything.
Thank you. So, after tomorrow, the lawmaker get away and say, beginning today, nobody will wear red t-shirt on Sunday. In a law.
Mhm.
So, somebody go bring picture for you wearing red t-shirt 2024.
It doesn't affect.
Our law say you can sue that
cannot.
person, you can prosecute them, because at the time you wore that shirt,
You never had.
there was
that
never a
situation.
law that said, because if there was a law, you wouldn't have had red
Yeah.
t-shirt on.
Okay.
So our laws are not retroactive. Now, what somebody needs to tell is this amendment Joe Baga is trying to
Who
push
does it affect?
to remove protection and
Immediately.
things. Is it going to start from you, Joe Baga, because he's the current president?
Yeah.
Or is it going to go as far as William Stockman,
Ellen Johnson,
Ellen Johnson, Salim, George Weah? That is what we want to know. If that explanation is provided,
Mhm.
then we know the next, and that's why in community room,
Mhm.
critical voices like you, civil society actors will have to go. And the good thing is the community was able to hold it,
To hold it.
because it is ambiguous. We are not understanding what he want to do.
Yeah, no meaning to say specific meaning. He needs to come out to explain well.
It is just broad.
Yeah,
thank you.
But it's deep, Oliver.
No, I mean,
but you know, it's like when you just see the oil on the water, you say, "Oh, oil in it." But no.
And those are the technical issues.
We have to start. You know, Oliver. There are hundreds of thousands of people who are listening. People who believe in Oliver, people who believe in Princess, people who believe in freedom effort. If we are not ready to tell the people these things, one president should be the focus of Baka should be creating jobs.
Okay, not
to be looking for things.
Unless is going to read further.
Yeah,
but what you read is exactly what we're trying to put into perspective.
Yeah,
the president is trying to remove number one, that when you sit onto your house and somebody say, "My man, you stole my cow," the president got to bring evidence. The president got to bring nothing to incriminate you. The president got to say you stole, and right away they could arrest you and carry you to start trying you. When you ask the person, "But not steal," they are now under obligation to crime file.
Who knows if that has a bill?
Thank you.
Who knows?
So that is the first thing he's trying to do. Then the next thing he has to do is statute of limitation. There are certain times when crimes are committed, you can prosecute beyond that time. He's trying to clear that whole statute of limitation issue so that anytime the government can wake up and just go grab you one day and say, "Remember, you 1940 will remember you stole something." That's what we want to ask. Whether when this amendment is done, whether the law is going to be retroactive. If it's going to be retroactive, then it's good that the lawmakers are hurting it right now. But let's read further, so that we understand all the red flags that were raised by the lawmakers.
Okay, so the committee also concluded that the proposed modifications to the LACC Act could weaken the Commission's institutional independence and blur the constitutional separation between the executive and legislative branches.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I just said. Currently, the current LACC law says only the president, the current LACC law says the president can do all that nomination thing there. They how you call this thing? The panel will do the evaluation of the people credential and select the best amongst them and recommend to the president before the president can appoint. The president can work on and sack. Joe Biden is saying, "I won't get it right."
To work on and sack.
In the morning,
yes.
When I get up and have breakfast.
Yeah, I believe that everybody works at the will
and pleasure of the president.
So the way he can do the minister there,
thank you.
That is see when he wants to do the people at the LACC
and mind you,
if
President Biden is successful in submitting this amendment to sack the LACC boss at will, like he is requesting for, he could do another amendment to say, "I want to sack the Chief Justice at will. I want to sack the National Election Commissioner chairperson at will." We want to choose, to go for it, and that's why the lawmakers are putting on hard to it. The minute the lawmakers do something, they can like, rubber stamp, but they've gotten to realize that
their own power now is also involved.
No, forget the power business. They've gotten to realize that this is a very dangerous slope. Slope ground. The president is trying to take the country because some of them got presidential ambition.
Yeah,
some of them got presidential people who they are close to, and so they are being very careful in how they're accepting it. That's why they're trashing it. Go ahead, Alexa.
Among its recommendations, the committee urged lawmakers to formally notify the President of the Republic about the potential constitutional risks embedded in the proposed legislation.
Okay.
The report also called for broader, as we're saying, consultations
with legal
experts, civil society. You said that.
I said it.
Yeah.
Government stakeholders.
Yeah. I would like to go to where it says LACC warns of threat of independence.
Good.
During those hearings last month, Councilor Alexandra Zoe, chairperson of the Liberia Anti-Corruption Commission, warned lawmakers that allowing the president to remove commissioners without legislative oversight will severely weaken the commission's independence.
Pause a little bit. Before George Weah could take power, the LACC commissioners, the president will turn you over, the president will fire you. Or when they suspect that you are corruption, the president will suspend you. And start they were not protected. It was John Weah that gave protection to them. It was John Weah that said, before we move you, we'll draw all the allegations against you and send you to the Senate 2/3 of the membership of the Senate will have to vote for you to be removed. So if 2/3 of the Senate ain't agree,
You can still be on.
you go back to your job. The president can get vest entire faith in your convo that his business, you will still hold on. Joe Baka is asking to teach that. And what the woman say, it is not going to be good for us. Read further.
A proposed amendment granting the president or the executive the sole authority to remove commissioners directly undermines the independence of the commission,
Which
is essential to its effectiveness.
Because when the LCC boss is aware that the president can sack me anytime, that boss will be going to the president
you have to
money.
work at the will and pleasure of the
You will start
president.
worshiping the president. You will start taking shaving instead of shaving the Pape Sabu. I mean, that's what you'll be doing. You'll be laying on the floor. You'll be worshiping him.
And you'll be like one minister.
You'll be like one minister. You will not have the independence. Because look, the president guy is tearing still cutting some D on the cover. You know, president guy is tearing friend in power. You know, the president child friend to the poor. President child friend all in government. So the LSC one prosecute one of the president's, children friends, or the president owner friends.
Sack the president.
And you go sack the president. The president will feel threatened and say, that Jojo friend, they will more investigation.
Yeah.
If you not close your fire on Madam SYZ, I will sack you. So the woman said, no. The men who are here before you, the men who are here, who were president before you could become president, they man took all his presidential power and sent it to the Senate. Say he won't work and sack us. So how come you won't take the power from us? Representative, you will not lie. The LCC will be here. Will be watching the president? It will not do our job. The real will sort of do it. Proceed.
Further, she said, security of tenure is not privilege. It is a safeguard. Zoe argued that anti-corruption institutions must remain insulated from political pressure,
The public not let tenure.
especially from the branch of government they are mandated to investigate.
The Pape is having tenure position. Joe Baka get tenure position, But he not left. He ain't left for any other person to get tenure position.
Whoa.
I dare you now. Let Lamembo say Pape step down.
He's not going to do it.
He ain't going to do it.
But the other day,
But he's pushing for people tenure position.
my girl, Nathaniel Maggie just said today if we were to go for election,
That's it.
Praga will lose. United Party people go angry. They were all at the information ministry.
So,
yeah.
That is nonsensical.
President Baka is the only tenure position holder.
We're not letting
Who
friends.
not law a federal tenure position holder. He want a tenure, but he want other men to end a tenure. He go to LTA, he want men for the tenure. He go to NAFA, he told all the tenure people from there. He just
And that
removed
the
it.
Dubai area as well.
Yeah, he went to Enfield.
Yeah.
He took the member a
And
tenure
he
position.
won his case again.
Do it on the
Like,
case. So the government is either going to reinstate him or pay him off.
Yeah.
I don't know if it is power greed or what.
So no, the Pape is a tenure position holder who doesn't love to see other tenure position
But there
holders
should be a reason, Oliver. There
because
should be a
he
reason.
want to grab power. He want to solidify power.
That's what I'm saying. Power greed.
He want to run the country like a one-man show. If Taylor did that, we know what Taylor is. Don't attempt that.
You think Waka is doing this based on his own experience, or there are people, because in our society,
No,
Oliver,
people.
I come in.
I'm not
Princess,
going to
Princess,
join.
no, I come in now.
Uh-huh.
What the public will say,
Uh-huh.
that what you think about. I'm on your side. As for me, I don't believe in that.
What you are thinking?
Because people say
Uh-huh.
the people there around the president.
Oh, no.
I come in now. Let me learn, Princess. Let me get me your airport.
I
Let me
don't know.
learn.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Myself, I don't appreciate that.
Uh-huh.
But what the people say. So the people always say that those people around, they spot those.
People
People
around.
around the other person early, spot early. People are coming all over. People around. But you want to do airport, they drive him up, we can learn.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me learn.
Go on.
The public, when we were coming up all over,
Uh-huh.
although we were not, no clue with the political issue, but we were putting ears. The people around Taylor, the people around Do, food Do, the people around Todd, food Todd, the people around Ellie, food Ellie.
The concept
The
is
people
there.
around Doria, food Doria.
George Blair.
I'm asking, I want to know because myself,
And that's what I want to
I
provide.
don't believe in that. Myself believe that
Uh-huh.
Joseph Braka is taking this decision on purpose. So I wanted to know if Princess and Oliver agree with this sentiment that
No,
the people who are around the president too,
you
you
are the one.
the decision.
You are the one who delaying the other flights.
I don't
From
believe
the
that.
very beginning, you pick up. We knew where you were.
Also, you want to put me in the air. He killed the few fin in the air.
No, here's the situation. Look, George Weah defeated that particular notion that the people around the president can fool the president.
Yeah.
Okay.
He defied that, and I can tell you for a fact. And I always say this: we're gonna go back to the topic, then we'll go take calls because we're out of time.
Okay.
When they were building the Invincible Park, the contractors President Weah then brought to do the project, plus all government officials. I'm not going to call their names. When they went to the place, at the time the beginning was still people on the field, you know, the fish market there, the woman was still praying on the sidewalk, and the beginning was still people in the grass, and the zero runner was still there. The engineers and some ministers and other people around President Weah said, well, Chief, everything what they mentioned on the blueprint, when we finish building it, it will be fine, but the zero was in the way it was part of the whole design.
Okay.
And people around the president talking. Everybody said people around the president. At that level, I was privileged
to be there.
Don't put me in trouble.
Now you know what's going on.
The president said, President Weah, about that thing, he said, because of the impact, will break all the people that was over 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 human beings living here, will break their horses. Where they will go? So after finish the impact, then people looking for place to sleep, they not get place to sleep. Say, but China, come in there. The people know say they won't come in there, no say they're squatting, move them.
Okay.
We'll build the play, that whole play will just be open, it'll be free, fresh air will be coming. He said, no.
They will hear today that government.
So if that for building park, make it over 2,000, 3,000 human beings will be sleeping in the street, sleeping in Tesla on the sidewalk. They park there, let it be there, I will not build it.
Okay.
You understand it? People around the president. The president knew what he wanted. He knew who were going to be affected when he could listen to the very people. So he didn't allow the people around him at the time to influence him. Leaders, you have the tendency of standing on their own and making decisions. They're saying 72nd barrack, what we're crying about. President Weah was engaged about the 72nd barrack issue. He said, look, we are building the military hospital. Let's think of it first. Let's know if I when we think about what happened to the 72nd lane. But wait now, all the land are all the way on the highway.
Yeah.
If we won't build new barrier. We can go there. We gotta go move the people there from there to go crying where COVID-19 coming. We even know how the sickness will be. I'm telling you some of the words he was using. I'm telling you some of the words he was using in some of the conversations. So
and today God isn't making any land.
Thank you. So the next president came, he said, going making new land, they had to force it. The other president said, all the land we're passing around here. We can go develop new one. We gotta go move people from the house. Why COVID-19 coming?
And put AFL armed men in the midst of the surveillance.
So the other president said, all the land we're wasting around here, we can go find it and develop it. We gotta go move people from their horses. The places where they're living. And you know, because we want to do. So it is not about who around the president. If the president is a Benoit, he will be Benoit. If the president is determined, he will be determined. It's not about who around him. The point is, President Baka is intentionally attempting to change our laws for some personal political reasons. Those reasons may be triggered by some of his inner cycle who are laying the business. But mind you, if he, as the head of the country, if he is not having similar thought, he will not be brave to submit it.
Okay.
Do you know how many people told George yesterday, my man, at 20,000 vote difference, Padio Sudu get gone. Eh? Janice Younger, old flatter. We can declare ourselves and put going in the street. AUP men try to fire and money, you'll go sit down. What did he do? He said, no, we lost.
Okay.
You understand it? We lost. I'll call Joe Biden and congratulate him. When you lost.
And he called.
He conceded.
I was just looking at the point where Benedict said, I don't know if Prince read that.
Yeah,
but
so there's a
said,
part here.
Benedict said,
maybe the president
he didn't look at it.
Joe Biden read it. He's 42 years of governmental experience, man. He read it. The truth of the matter is he's trying to test the system. Okay. The only want to be a superhuman. He
wants to be a king.
Thank you.
That's not how it starts.
That's what we are.
So I guess we have but we have like just limited time to be
very.
But I think the president should know better, and I also think the president should understand better as a person who is said to have wisdom, who is said to have years of experience. Because if you look at, our neighboring countries, especially in West Africa, from Burkina Faso to Guinea, Mali, all these different countries, we saw exactly what happened with dictatorship and how people want to unilaterally run a country, and a country that has democracy like Liberia. We have managed over the years to have what we have as a country. And that cannot be celebrated without referencing George Weah when he was president, because of the decisions he took. He knew not to mess with Liberians, and he's not that person who will mess with Liberians, in fact, because he knows exactly what it takes to have peace, to enjoy peace, and to have a country where everyone is free to make their decisions, and to also have a country where the laws of the land are respected. Now we have Joseph Boakai as our president. And for me, that's why Oliver just said we don't want to go back and forth. We're trying to manage with you, but you said no. You gotta go ahead with what you were saying. We have seen a lot since the ascendancy of this president to the presidency. And I'm saying we've seen a lot, especially when we're discussing the rule of law in this country. We talked about tenured positions. People were taking off the different positions, tenured positions, by the way, and nothing actually happened. There were some people who persisted, yet the way it went that way. And also, we saw exactly what happened, so what played out in the case, involving Funanti Kofa and Richard Cohn. It was also about the rule of law, the Constitution, all these different things in this country. Again, we're still here, and these things are still happening. As said before, when we're calling on the government of Liberia, when we are calling on the executive, we're calling on the judiciary to, continue to protect the laws of our country. It is not about one person. It is about, the entire country. Because when the laws are respected, no one will want to act funny. When the laws are respected, when, everyone knows that you have a constitution that governs everybody, regardless of your position, whether you're a president, vice president, or minister. When everyone respects and recognizes the constitution, no one will want to play, fun. So this thing that's happening, I trust some of our lawmakers 100%. I do, but the fact that
Princess,
I trust some of them,
okay,
not all of them. But the fact that we saw our same lawmakers in yellow suits and they were not really being strategic enough, we support development 100%. Everyone wants to go back to their hometown, whether it is Grand Jita, it is Maryland, it is Lo-Fi County. Everybody wants to go back home, and that's something that we support. But the fact that you had these lawmakers dressed in yellow to support the yellow machine thing, which is not a bad thing, but people were concerned about the procedures. People were concerned about as to whether they question this whole thing about procurement. And I'm not sure they went really hard on it. The fact that we have these same lawmakers wearing their yellow to celebrate this marching, I mean, I'm again standing on a leap of faith to know exactly how far we're going to go with this thing that the president is requesting. LSCC is also saying, yeah, this is not going to be okay because it is going to ruin our independence as a commission that should be independent enough to investigate, to do what we're supposed to do. And also, Oliver says something about the president wanting people, or it is already established that the ministers, directors, they work at the will and pleasure of the president. Everybody knows that. But if this is going to work out, it means if you're going to have someone who is maybe a friend of the president or a family member of the president, and you have a case at LACC, the president would just call somebody because you were there not to work independently. You're there to work at the will and pleasure of the president. So he could call you one morning, hey, if you have a case against this person, drop it or do what you can. There will be interference. There will be, some level of influence from the executive, and it would not really be okay, because now we wouldn't have an independent LACC. It would just be, you're appointed by the president, and whatever the president says goes. And it is not just about even Boakai. People are looking at this, but the fact that this has been submitted by this president, we need to focus more on that. Are there any ulterior motives behind, the fact that he has submitted this? Is there something we do not know about that he wants to tell us? Does he want to protect himself? You know, all these questions are also very important for us to ask, because if we do not ask the hard and difficult questions, I mean, that means we're also not being fair to Liberians, because you have a lot of Liberians out there, and sometimes they're carried away by just the regular rhetorics of, you know, the people who are said to be educated. And if we do not keep asking these questions, it means it's a serious problem. So I think we need to go beyond again. Thank God we've just started the week, but I know as we go forward,
we will go
we're
deep
going
into
to go
it.
deep into it. Yeah.
Jerome, quickly, then we go to the lines. No time. We have to go.
I don't even have much to say. I just am scared a bit.
Scared. Why?
I don't trust those lawmakers. Yeah, trust me.
He's
I
the
don't,
boy in a yellow suit now.
I don't trust them. Not even 10%. People who do tactics, sometimes they say, "Oh, we're not going to confirm this person."
And you see, unanimously
I just don't trust them. But this is very deep. This is beyond what we see for now. When a person sits and wanting to control the entire country, wanting to be a king, then you pushing away the policy that brought you into the presidency, because there are laws that brought Bwaka as a president.
Yes.
So you should live under that law.
Thank you.
You can come, like we saw in Africa, there were a lot of things that were doing until today. The president tenure has been extended. So there were, for me, there where I come from.
And here's what I'm saying. Could we go to the lines in just under 30 seconds?
You get the take it.
Our laws in require any retroactive actions.
Okay.
If Joe Bwaka say statute of limitation will be changed, burden of proof should shift. It means if that law is passed, the whole country can forward. I think they are clear way. If that law is passed, it will only go in effect on cases that will start happening.
Okay.
After it is passed.
After it is amended.
Okay.
If Oba Joe says how we do it,
it will start in your turn.
We'll go
so
like
that means after his presidency, immediately.
So if they amend it, then one government official stole money today. If they say it's still money and they won't arrest him, they can go put a burden of proof on him. But you not go to cases that happened before the amendment and say you won't do burden of proof, you won't change burden of proof. No.
Okay.
Because our laws are not retroactive.
But we did it with somebody who doesn't respect it.
So see that's why
if I'm dealing with if I'm dealing with Oliver, who often follow procedures, I'm not going to be afraid. But I'm dealing with a president who will go to the central bank and say, "My man, you're not working today." And goes to the speaker and say, "I'm backing the police." I'm afraid.
There is to some extent people can condone certain phlegmatic attitude.
Okay.
And there are certain extent that people
knowledge.
Look, I'll be honest with you.
But these guys have the guns. These guys have the guns.
No, they have guns.
Yeah,
when Doe in power, the Doe army, they were playing with that. What they were having?
They have real guns.
No.
To avoid, to avoid these things.
When Doe in power, he said, "What?"
Yeah, but there were a lot of people who were killed. So to avoid,
so the conversation is the Liberian people that you know today,
different era,
and the Liberian people you know today, there are not people who you can
persuade to certain.
No, you can intimidate.
Okay.
To the level of they being extinguished.
Okay.
No, you can try that thing, bro.
Okay.
The country, everybody know how it can sound. Everybody knows. Thank you.
So are you not a deacon?
To a certain extent, people can condone.
No, I'm not.
Don't let your heart be troubled.
I feel for the ordinary people.
No,
I'm not talking about myself.
The ordinary people too will have to make a decision, because at the appropriate time, when the lawmakers start to join President Bwaka in
all these
moving the country towards a dictatorial era,
okay,
you think the boy will over 2009? Whatever they want to do will be justified. We have laws. The reason we have talked the country and turned over to Joe Bwaka was because the constitution said when the man even over you one vote in the second round, the man win you. Yeah, that's why we are considered under 20. Under 20,000.
That's the trend of democracy.
Thank you. So when you ascend to national leadership
through the same
based on democratic principles,
follow,
and you decide to trash it and remodel the country in a way that will suit you and make you a demon god or a dictator in whatever form, bro, I can refer you to some dictators. Muammar Gaddafi was a dictator. Samuel Kayando was a seeming dictator. Charles Gangetila was a seeming dictator. And we can go about showing you all the dictators.
The rest is history.
And you can decide whatever happens to you later on. What we're saying is we're not too sure. I mean, I know Rachel couldn't let Madila Cooper so much. You will want to see her 24/7. He won't be, we know the rest. We know the rest of it. I mean, let's take a break to be right back and take calls.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia. Let's go to the lines and talk to a few of our callers that we caught a day on this Monday edition. It has been a very hectic one for us from the human being raping goat and chicken.
So there's an update actually from the Liberia National Police.
We'll talk about it on tomorrow.
It's funny.
Let's go and talk to the first person. Hello, go ahead. 1 minute, no time.
Thank you very much. The whole Joseph Waka is Liberia and Joseph is calling from Kingsville.
Diane, you say go ahead.
Another Joseph.
That man, what he's looking for is just right behind the door. I'm even 5 days again. And he came to Liberia. And they tell us one day.
Okay. All right. We didn't hear the other one, but it's good that we didn't hear it because I know it was something. Hello, let's talk with the person. Hello. Yes, sir. Please leave your radio. What are you calling? Please leave your radio.
Yeah, I'm calling from
Brother, this is 17. Go ahead.
Yeah. One of my brothers said about business. Nobody's here listening. They get at the home mind. They're looking at but the reason is one of the kids in the country. Now I have a peaceful president who called Georgia. You know that? But we have been going passing around and those trying to get people together here but bomb. We are not here going my brother. We're not doing that. Almost 15 years. We're not doing that. We do it. So what I'm going to have behind you. We must do the real thing. We must do the real thing. Okay. Let's get up my face. Bonfire and anything.
Oh no.
Come on, we go back to our jacket. We put it on. Okay.
We leave you right there from Bravo. Jerome will be listening to you. Hello, how you doing?
Hello, how are you?
We're great, my dear brother. You call us from the diaspora. What's your name? Where you join us from?
This is Godson Elijah, and I do join from the coast state of Michigan.
Michigan. I thought you were calling. I thought you were calling from Iran. But go ahead. Let's hear you.
We're done with already. We're done with them.
Go ahead.
So it's kind of laughable right now because our issue going in the country. For a president white guy to call for the amendment of the LSCC Act, someone who came to be in position to fight corruption, that sounds funny and crazy to some of us. But now they're burning lies on the legislatures.
Richard Koo is the speaker.
Because yeah, we do know Richard Koo is the speaker. We do know the Liberian people now will be watching because white guy have to submit that bill to them and looking at that stand on it. Richard Koo being their speaker is one thing. So if they will allow white guy to take the power from them and put it in his pocket, then they should be. I mean, then who are they? Because right now they have the power. Even only if a president wants to suspend or get rid of any LSCC commissioner, they have to go before them. They have the oversight. Right now, the power is in their hand. A president cannot just get rid of any LSCC commissioner.
Yeah, that's why you want to change. That's why you want to change.
Good. So if they sit there and Waka submit that bill before them and they go ahead to amend it, then now, like people have the benefit that those people they are not ready for anything.
Thank you from Michigan, the U.S. Let's talk to this person who should be from Liberia. Go ahead, 1 minute.
Can you kind? Let me say hello to all of you, my man.
Go ahead.
We are the official spokesperson of the Venezuela movement, and I'm joining from Carwell. Kind President Boaga. This time I'm going to see man to I got very look at them. We got think twice. God, the poor man, even powerful. I got experience. And President Boaga, all you need to do, Google a brand people can. The man is just heading a brand people. Want to bring chaos. Want to bring problem. This is why the poor man is for. You know what? Nothing good. No. It's not opportunity to do something that your new will leave tomorrow. But President Boaga is not bringing a letter tomorrow. You don't want to. Somebody who just die tomorrow. I think when you're doing it, in the country. You have to put the president and the passport there. That's wrong. Why put you into something? Okay, I say, you can't do this to the country. Yeah? But one will tell everything, tell that. The NSC that put that so political move. But the people will come what you want to do again, it will be honor you. This is what I'm going to time. Is that correct?
Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll leave it right there. We talked to this person. Hello, how are you? How you doing? Quickly. Oh, no. Let's talk to Maxi. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Yeah, great.
Let me say how to a letter about Antero. Look, only for let me tell you this for free. Everything just yet is free. Water will destroy all. Trust me. See, I figure on my name, Solomon George. Ever is empty. I want no politics about it. No politics about it. So much politics. I wish there be a lot of people to pick up. Please tell me about I'm going to see me up today. People will be saying, oh, heavy at it. And I know we can't do they were sick, but maybe no, so we are on time. He took his head, I want to go to treatment. We're part of something. So I'm passing that people tell us this. Oh, go there, sit down with the family. Because when you tell us it's a weekend, that way, one friend, one time. And so when you do stop it, don't do that. Full target too. Don't destroy that food. It was so it's not my power. And so he said it. If you don't say that now, he's talking to me. Okay? I forget you. That comes to the again, you're setting there. Thank you.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll talk to the other person quickly. Then we'll go. Let's hear you. How are you? How you doing?
Hey, hello, how you doing?
We're good. Let's hear you, man.
Okay, unless hello.
Hello.
Yeah. And, you know, it is already just you call this one.
Go ahead.
You know, I guess don't like what people say is your opinion, but this is my opinion. That why you and this and no. If you ever live in the United States of America, because we don't have it back home, but if you ever live in the Western world and you see what is going on with our country, even my own father is living. I'm struggling with him. He got dementia. Problem. I'm struggling with him. When I tell you the doing stuff like this, it makes me frustrated here in America. You don't want to listen to me. You don't want to listen to the children back home and stuff. Those people that brought Waka to power, that didn't want to know all the things that are going on, it's not Waka itself. Dementia is a sickness. When you get to that second age, you can think right for yourself. And plus then they get other sickness on you.
Okay.
And so all the things, they just give you other medication and stuff. So all the things that are going on inside is decision.
Okay.
So I want you guys to put up there.
Okay. We'll leave it right now. Let's talk to the other person. Hello, how are you? How you doing?
I'm here, brother. Good evening. How are you?
Good.
You remember the statement of the former president that said, "Do not swear upon my money." Mm-hmm. Solomon George did swear that a dead body with George will come back to the
So we will not want to dwell on all of that.
We're not.
My brother, I beg you. You cannot fight what God have destined.
Okay.
You can't fight what God have destined. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant evening.
Okay, we'll leave you right there. We'll leave you. Let's take another person. We take two more than we call it a day. We will take two more and call it a day. This person, go ahead. 1 minute. Brother Dorian, let's hear you, bro.
Thank you very much for first. I just want to thank people something really like that.
Oh.
Yes, because as a person, you don't have a good heart for your nation and things are saying you don't have the kind heart. So, 2020, I wish I've been to the garden for thank you very much for the opportunity.
Okay, we leave you right there. We go to Lawrence Spencer. He is from the Alternative National Congress. Your political leader have breakfast with the Shashi Affairs at the U.S. Embassy this morning. Are you there?
No, not that kind.
We're going to eat to the embassy. He can tell you.
Oh, man. We got too well ahead, you know. Yeah, they put the country and
no, I just only saying.
Long time.
Yeah. Okay, why you want me to keep political?
Let's hear you.
All right, let me say, right? For me, God is my heart that we still got people like you around, people in my beautiful predecessors, around. So speak for the Nigerian people. Where the country is, brother. I mean, when you wake up, your heart is beating. And then some of all we have developed, we have to think of because we see too much bad things happening in the country. Okay. Look, my man, for me, all I want to see now is the opposition working together to hold this government accountable. Because Mr. Blanca has lost it. Look, the country is all more than what we call autopilot. Okay, the country is very dying and we are still learning to crack. So when you see people talk about wedding and saying the other post 2,000 around, people are doing all sorts of things, the country, no electricity, everything that the people can be on is not existent. Then you know the country is only work at deputy.
And I will not allow we're running on fuel. No electricity.
The country is dejected. Look at the shop in Israel. Everywhere, the cars are not being a job. They are parading. People are parading on Facebook. In person, we saw our legislator. He got his level stands. I mean, he's also dancing to the executive mansion. Can you imagine? It's the government that should hold the executive accountable. Or they have become a
you can become embarrassment to the country. They have become embarrassment to the legislature.
Fine, they have become more than embarrassment. I think they have become national disgrace. Is expected that the people will vote people have a right. That's the reason some of all the Nigerian ballot they care not taking the Nigerian ballot. We cannot see the people. Can you also see the people?
No, I'm going to ballot, bro. I'm going to ballot.
We want to say our country is investment on air. We cannot sit down for TV running the country and the country down in the future cycle with the people down.
Okay. Thank you. And let's how we build the ballot.
Where? Nigeria will be there. Vote for me. Okay.
We gotta go, Terry. We're out of time.
And yes, when you have, a team, you always feel satisfied. But we keep following this particular issue. It's sensitive.
There's a whole lot more.
Yeah. So I want to say thank you for listening out there. My name is Archie. Thank you.
Vanja, we gotta go.
Okay, so we're going now, and we'll be back here on tomorrow. But do not forget, say no to rape protest, March 12, 2026. Make sure you come out and support this venture. We're going to be there, okay? So we'll see you tomorrow.
Christian Seymour Yanti is in Dole community. Today is his birthday. Christian Wie Yan. That's his crew name. Wie Yanti. I'm gonna tell you a story about Christian Yanti. If we said the guy who didn't, anyway, I don't want to go into the details. I'll explain it behind the scenes. But Christian Yanti, happy birthday! Happy birthday to you, my dear brother. Today is a birthday, and that's it. We wish you all of the goodies. We'll go home and return here on tomorrow. This one is done by Cesar Gato. He calls it Freedom Fighter.
Come on, freedom fighter.